Hello everyone, and welcome back to my IB Math channel. Are you ready to elevate your IB Math skills and achieve 7, or just improve your math grades? Today I'm sharing 7 crucial tips designed to improve your study plan and maximize your exam performance. Whether you are studying IB Math, analysis and approaches, or applications and interpretation, these insights will guide you towards success. Let's now start with tip number 1. Set clear goals and know your boundaries. First, set some clear goals for yourself. If you're aiming for a 7, it's super important to understand what it means in terms of grade boundaries. Take some time to look up the latest IB grade boundaries for your course, so you know exactly what you need to score. Setting goals provides clear direction, and trust me, it's a huge motivator. Here are some practical steps to help you along the way. Use a spreadsheet or a dedicated app to track your scores on practice tests and assignments. This visual representation of your progress turns small improvements into big motivation. Set smaller goals. Instead of just aiming for a 7 overall, set smaller goals. Like, I want to score at least 85% on my mock exams, or I will aim to fully understand integration techniques or trigonometric equations. Check your goals regularly. If you find you are struggling in a particular topic, adjust your study plan to spend more time on that topic. Let's now move on to tip number 2. Master the basics. They are your foundation. Before you dive deep into the complex topics, make sure you've got a solid understanding of the basics. Don't underestimate the importance of these fundamental concepts. They are the building blocks for everything else in IB Math. The IB curriculum is designed in such a way that many topics are related. So, a gap in your basic knowledge can hinder your progress in more advanced questions. For instance, if your algebra skills are not sharp, you might struggle with calculus or functions. So, you need to review your basics regularly and dedicate some time to get better at basic concepts. Use practice questions to understand concepts deeper. After studying new topics at school, you can immediately solve related questions from textbooks and past papers. Let's now move on to tip number 3. Textbooks are not enough. You need to practice beyond textbooks. A common mistake that some students make is relying too heavily on their textbooks or starting past papers late. While textbooks offer essential knowledge, don't rely on them alone. They sometimes don't reflect the unique style and the variety of some IB Math questions. Some IB Math questions link many concepts together, especially in Section B, where the questions are longer and worth more marks. So you should use past papers alongside your textbook to develop a deeper understanding. And this leads us to tip number 4. Start solving past papers early. One of the best ways to prepare is to start solving IB Math past papers as early as you can. These past papers give you a real sense of the exam format and how the questions are designed. So you know what you need to focus on during your 2-year journey. Plus, they help you get comfortable with the timing. By familiarizing yourself with past paper questions early, you can tailor your study approach and make it more effective. And you will know exactly how to pace yourself during the actual exam. So you need to integrate past papers into your study plan. As soon as you finish covering a topic in class, try to solve related past paper questions. Don't wait till you have completed the entire syllabus or the entire topic. Start with the most recent past papers and work backward. Older papers are still very useful, but you should start with the most recent past papers and work your way backward to ensure you are familiar with the current question style. For IB Math AA students only, solve at least 15 years past papers and make sure to skip the few questions that are not in the current syllabus anymore. In those 15-year past papers, you will encounter many similar questions, so you can do them faster. Simulate exam conditions. Once you feel comfortable with a few past papers, start doing them under timed and exam-like conditions. This will help you manage your time effectively and get used to the pressure of working within a time limit. And this leads us to tip number 5. Master time management. Time management is crucial for all IB Math papers. Even if you know all the concepts, poor time management can prevent you from demonstrating your full potential. The key is to practice managing your time effectively during your study sessions to make sure you can finish the exam within the time limit. This will help you develop a sense of how much time to spend on each question. IB Math questions are generally structured from easy questions to harder questions. So when solving past papers, start solving the first few questions in section A of paper 1 and 2. They are generally easy and direct. This can boost your confidence and sets a positive tone for the rest of the exam. Then, you can prioritize answering questions you are confident about first. As you progress, pay attention to how long each section takes to complete and adjust your study plan accordingly. If you find yourself stuck on a question and you have spent around 3 minutes without making any progress, it's fine to skip the question for now and move on to the next one, and you can come back to it later where you might find the hint or the solution to that question. Let's now move on to tip number 6. Track your mistakes and focus on weak subjects. Mistakes are part of the learning process, and they are a learning opportunity, but it's tempting to skip them and focus on what you are good at. So you shouldn't rush through the question just to finish it, and you shouldn't classify most of the mistakes as careless mistakes if they happen frequently. Analyze your mistakes and take your time to understand where and why you went wrong. Maybe it's a specific topic that you struggle with, or some recurring mistakes. Whatever it is, it means revisiting your notes and spending extra time on the topics you struggle with, or finding extra practice problems so that you can avoid or minimize your mistakes. Here are some practical tips. Read the question carefully, especially phrases like show that, write down, hence or otherwise, and so on. Each phrase requires a specific approach. Keep a dedicated mistakes notebook or digital document where you record the mistakes that you make during your practice. Dedicate extra time to review this notebook to avoid repeating the same mistakes. And reattempt the problems where you made mistakes without looking at the full solution first. This ensures that you truly understand how to approach similar questions in the future. Tip number 7. Get comfortable with your formula booklet and graphing display calculator. Your formula booklet and graphing display calculator are your best friends in the exam, so you want to be super familiar with them. Make sure you know where everything is in the formula booklet so you can find what you need fast. And don't just use your GDC for every basic stuff. Practice using it for graphing or analyzing graphs, solving equations, and any other advanced features you might need. Finally, don't hesitate to ask for help when you need it, whether it's your math teacher or an experienced math tutor or even a friend. Getting another perspective or better approaches can really speed up your learning and enhance your confidence in tackling difficult problems, which means improving your grades. So these are the 7 tips to help you improve your IB Math grades. Remember, it's all about understanding the material, practicing smart, and using your resources effectively. For more tips and upcoming IB Math resources, you can visit our website at ibmathmaster.com. Thank you for watching.